me out now. Return of the smooth operator. Shotty on repeat. I say sleep later. This another favor. Consider me your neighbor. Lost a lot of fam in pursuit of the paper. She gon' catch the vapors when we slide by. The way I speak my mind, it's like I peak my prime, but I ain't close. I cruise through the night air. Fantasy a dream. Real world is a nightmare. Like Claire battling the brainless. Learn to live shameless. Talk about me alive, but claim that I'm nameless. You aimless. So I'ma style on them. They washed up. It's a rap. Throw the towel on them. Gaining miles on them. Otakus for the win. Tacos, it depend on the mood that I'm in. Like Finn when it's time for adventure. This some new blue. Get ready to enter my mind for a few. Come and take a ride with the crew. I'ma show you how to recoup days lost when you vibe with the blue. Come vibe with the blue. Yeah. About time to regroup. Fly, got my eyes on the view. Never hear lies, only truth. Realize why they vibe with the blue. 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 Vibe with the vibe with the sky. Wait, you know the rest. I'm blessed. I see you frontin' like you ain't impressed, but I still get requests. I'm playing Zelda on the GameCube. I quit spamming my music. Don't ever try forcing the links. That's a high rule. The wind waker, Mother Nature on my side too, controlling the elements. Go and check my avatar. I'm arrows ahead. Get the point. Moving forward, the battle scars accumulated over time are reminders of what I went through as a mind of a grinder. The trees broke down for this loose leaf. If life's a game of death, I'm Bruce Lee. Ooh wee. Lose sleep on the regular, trying to get this word out. Then I crash Nebula. Wish I had a very odd parent, maybe two, but it's cool. Everybody pays dues. Now it's time to make moves. Granny didn't raise me to lose. Think I'm in the mood for a cruise. Wanna ride? Come and vibe with the blue. Come 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 vibe with the. Check this out, y'all. I'm back spazzing like the elderly worth of my cousin Beverly. Never swear away from the truth. Just ask Heather, be weather, be tripping, starting to control like our destiny. Always give you the best of me until the death of me. My weaponry is a paintbrush. Hush, don't tell my secret. They get a hold of it. If you leak it, get it. It's cool. Got you covered though, look. But let me get back to that cool-ish, loose-ish. Why they still lying? They don't do this. Bad at board games, whole world clueless. Selling they soul for Roof Chris. Who's this honored fella? Need a sliced extra mozzarella. Crew got born like they don't trust fun. Why you dodge to tell her? You don't know, but my eyes are better. Life's a gamble, depending on who holding the cards. You can start living at large or it's bon voyage. Charge it to the game. Me and you ain't the same. I'm thinking bigger pictures. Why you still shrinking the frame? Ever blink in the rain? It helps when your eyes dry. Mob with the bright minds. Think you funny, wise guy? Midnight Marauder with a new tribe. Tired of the fake. Come and vibe with the blue sky. Come vibe with the blue sky. Why do you try? We get them high. Take them high. What I do? Come vibe with the blue. Yeah. Come vibe with the blue. Pass what up? Vibe with the.
Motherfucker, are you out of your damn mind?
I have seen everything that has ever happened, ever will happen, ever could happen, and yet, what the hell is this?
Are you ready?
And I might take off a couple of heads a night. Somebody give me a guillotine. I just might ride on my enemies. Dog and I fuck on my energy. Nowadays they just talk, but they talk about nothing. Nowadays everybody wanna say something. Goddamn, I'm the man and it feel like it. Give a damn about a hater when I feel like it. Not today, not today, not today, not tomorrow. Get out my way, please, I'm trying to get paid.
What is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It is your boy Ernie, the Blerd without fear. Got the homie Robo of Left Face TV. Welcome to episode 54 of the Nerds of Culture podcast, the Woke Shade Room. The what was the other one we came up with? It was the
Where we talk, where we're about the culture.
Yeah,
With
yeah.
a dash of sazon.
No, what was it? It was something you said the other day that actually struck out. It was like the Woke Breakfast Club.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. The Nerdy Breakfast Club.
Yeah, the Nerdy Breakfast Club. There you go. Yeah, also with a dash of.
Because we're not afraid of some little drama. You know what I'm saying?
No,
You know,
drama. What's
It's not.
that?
It's not always just like, hey, let's talk nerd stuff and let's become better. Sometimes we just want to get,
I like to get messy.
Get a little dirty. Yeah, messy. There you go.
Dude, I like to get messy. Fuck them. That's what I say. I mean, I probably should have said that early. That early in the stream, but I mean, hey, we're here.
But here's the thing: you've been actually streaming for 5+ minutes, so we're outside of that
we're
window.
good.
You're good. Yeah,
Oh
you're
yeah.
good.
Oh shit. Oh wait, where's my little beep 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 beep? Or my personal look. Actually, wait. Do I have it on here? I don't know if I actually have that one on here. I need to see if I do. Do I have my? I don't have my she. I don't know if I have that one on here. I'll have to look. I'll figure it out. If I do,
Which way you're censoring? You gonna put a little censor beep?
Nah. We ain't censoring that. I've given up on censoring myself. It's
Hey, we're like Elon Musk over here. No censorship.
Yeah, man,
Except
right.
Except for the shit we don't want to hear.
Yeah, right. I'd be like, nope, I don't want to hear. I don't want to
But
hear.
you said free speech. Nah. I did say free speech.
No, my free
But,
speech.
The speech I want to hear is free.
Right.
That's what I
free.
mean.
Free and clear, baby. Free and clear, baby. No, I do not have it on here. That makes me sad. That makes me so sad. Oh well. So I think we got some pretty good show for you today. You know what would also be really helpful? It would be something really helpful if I did it. But we'll get there.
What I do? What did I do?
No, you didn't do anything. You didn't do anything.
Bad.
Actually, you know what? Actually, we'll do like I forgot to post the show on I mean, obviously we're live, so I mean, we have that.
You just repost that one I posted before and just
yeah, let's go. Yeah, there you go. You'll see. Look at you, man.
Making
you
it
got
easy.
it.
Making it
You got
easy.
it. I also forgot to silence my freaking phone because I always forget that. It's not a Blerd without fear live stream if you don't hear my phone go off a few times before I.
That's right. And the Discord thing's going bleep bleep.
Oh, I turned all that off today. I actually turned that off today. I was like, because I think there was one day, I'm not gonna lie, I got irrationally angry. I'm actually glad you didn't have to edit that video because oh shit, yeah, we are not on Twitch right now. You know what? Elite, thank you. So we get to do that all over again. There you go. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, what is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? And hey, Earth's mightiest first timers. Welcome back to the channel. You are watching the Nerds of Culture podcast, the Woke Shade Room, the Nerdy Breakfast Club, all of the above with a dash of sazon.
That's right.
There you go. Look at that. It's like we
You
never
got it.
left.
You got it.
We got it in one take.
There was no there was no nothing, just
None.
flawless. That's how
Flawless.
you know. That's how you know this is it.
That's how we
You know
do.
That's how you got 100,000 subs. That's what happened.
Bruh, see, I didn't have to edit myself. I didn't have to be like, like I normally do in my videos that y'all never get to see because that shit gets cut out because that shit's whack.
You never do that. What are you talking about?
What? Nah, me.
Wait, whenever that whole video, whenever you guys see a video, that's one take.
That's one take.
I just put pictures up. That's it. That's all I do.
That's a one take shorty right there. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do. Some struggle streaming. Hey, look, hey, you know what? I ain't gonna lie. That shit's real. Look, look, wait a minute. That's what y'all really come here for, okay? Let's keep it a buck. That's what y'all really come here for. Y'all come here to see the struggle in live in 1080p. That's why y'all come here, okay? Y'all know the vibes. Y'all know what this is. I didn't make this up. Look, that's literally what it is. Like, everybody shows up like, man, I actually kind of slick want to see the motherfucker struggle for a little bit.
Yeah,
man, that's just
like
cool as fuck.
Everybody else who's a streamer is like, you know what? Whenever I watch them stream, I feel so much better about myself,
dude. Right?
That shit is JV, like,
bruh, dude. Like, hey, bruh. Like, right now, y'all are kind of slick watching in real time right now. That I'm changing things and messing with stuff like as we speak, because I realize sometimes that I don't like something, and when I don't like something, I change it. So yeah, you go. We're gonna do that. There you go.
But believe it or not, we do have a show today.
We do. We actually do have a show.
We got a pretty good one. We're gonna do a little bit of something a little bit different, right? I'm trying to reach out, bring out the peoples onto the show. I said, how do we make this show something where it can't be just, hey, did y'all see that new show? And then like, oh man, this drama, right? Like, how do we what do we do with Ernie's 100,000 subs? What do we do with the 200 to 300 people that watch the show every week? And I think we need to use this platform for good.
Yes,
for good.
Yes.
Are there people out there who deserve to be platformed? Absolutely,
100%.
And we got one. I think this one right here has to be probably the best one to kick this off with, just because I watch his stuff, right? And for those who don't know, if you guys somehow missed not only the thumbnail but the title of the stream and everything else, we will have a Tony Weaver Jr. on today. He's actually in the waiting room now, so we'll probably bring him up here in a minute. But if you go to his IG, he does like the same shit like we do, just like wholesome somehow. He's like,
yeah,
like, oh, this guy, he's gonna reach people. So let's go ahead. Are you ready?
Oh yeah. I'm as ready as I can or ever will be.
All right. So here's the deal. I'm gonna go ahead and fix this thing. I'm gonna talk to him. Tony Weaver.
Hey.
Can you hear us? Testing. You're not muted.
About to say,
and are you going to be on camera?
Hello. There, hey.
You know what would have been smarter?
What's that?
If I would have sent a DM, because for all I know, he's like, let me get a drink real quick because they're just bullshitting, and I just surprise you live.
It's like shock.
Tony, I heard you for a second. Are you in here? I heard him for a second. Did you hear? I heard someone like, well.
I did.
Oh.
I can hear now.
Oh,
I can hear you.
Oh, cool. And you can hear me. Cool.
Yes. Are you going to be on camera? Are you going to be on camera? If not, no big deal.
It won't let me. It says I can't stream into this channel.
No, don't stream. No. Just turn on your camera.
Well, that's what I'm saying. When I go to click it, it says you can't stream into this channel. It won't let me.
No. We got
the permissions thing.
Yeah, okay. Here. Here. Do you got it? Because I never took it away from you. Or I can do it real quick. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I didn't think about it when I was here. Let's do this. Actually, I can just edit this room because, that's what we do here. Everything in its time. Let's see here. Let's add.
See, you thought we were joking, chat.
Dude, no,
You're
never.
just,
Never.
Y'all you're just gonna wait. And we're gonna just get this thing going. That's what's gonna happen. While Ernie's fixing that, how you all doing today?
Nah, I got you.
Let's see what we got. He's on you. He's you, but with more positivity. More positivity. I would even dare say more personality. Like I like him.
There it is.
Oh,
I fixed it. I fixed
halfway
it.
there. Living on
I fixed it. See, and then here, look. I'm gonna do something even crazier. I'm actually going to do this, and like I said, y'all are gonna see how the sausage is made because this is what I do. Okay, this is my life. All right, and then here
or never.
Well, no, not exactly that, but yeah, we'll take it. We'll take it. There.
Hey,
look at that.
My video quality like this, I'm so upset. I look all
you know what? That right there is another reason why I probably should have done like Google Meet or whatever. Because Discord is messing up. Yeah,
Discord will
downgrade
you
the shit out of you.
Discord says no.
I've seen your videos, Mr. Tony Weaver. I know you got a better camera than that. It's like makes it look like you got a potato.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I feel pretty potatoey right now.
Oh man. Well, I will say this. We have it on good authority that you have the better camera feed, the better camera quality than what people might be getting right here, right this second. Y'all have to look no further. As a matter of fact, for those of you who are watching on YouTube right now, if you go look in the description for this video, I actually have links to all of Tony's social media stuff. Whether it is the TikToks, the YouTubes, the the Instagrams, all that good stuff, and the website. Go check those out. You'll see for yourself what we're talking about here. But Tony, how you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm fighting with a guy right now. I get one online argument per quarter. I give myself like one. It's like you get one.
You give yourself one. That's
one
discipline
time
right
where
there.
you can go into the comments and like fight with somebody per quarter. And I'm fighting with someone right now.
You chose that one, huh?
Oh, see, you're a real one.
I feel no, I gotta I upset people sometimes. People disagree with me sometimes. Like I really try to curate a space of positivity, but one of my deeply held beliefs is that the only way that positivity is able to thrive is if we get rid of negativity. Like we don't create positive spaces by just, kumbayaing. Sometimes someone's going to show up and they are going to be objectively incorrect, and something has to be done about that. Like we have to say something about that. And I find that in anime that happens a lot. The spirited discussion that I am having. Let me stop there. Would you like to know? My once a quarter?
Yeah. Hey, look. Right before you came on, we were saying like. We say the nerdy. We said the woke shade room and the nerdy breakfast club because we're not above getting messy. So let's get messy.
Give me the mess. I'm here for it.
One of my ongoing problems with the anime community in general is this like mysticalization or lionizing of Japan. Like you can get someone that says, "Wow, I really like anime. Anime is so great," and that's cool. That's fine, right? They'll be like, "That's great," and then they may say, "I enjoy anime more than I like traditional Western cartoons." And you can go, "Yeah, I see that. I feel that way somehow." Yeah. But for whatever reason, it jumps from there immediately to because Japan just better understands animation as a medium, and the West could never create such a thing. And that's why I only read manga, and I don't read comics because the Japanese just understand storytelling in a way that people in the West can hold a candle to. And I'm like, it's not that. It's not that. Like Japanese people are not like ancient forest monks sitting at the waterfall of storytelling and inspiration. Like,
I mean, a couple of them might be. You know what I mean? I think that probably is a couple at least.
I'll give them
there's a Japanese monk out there watching this show being like, what the fuck?
Like, I am. It's like, I am specifically.
Me.
It's just, as a writer and as a storyteller, I am very interested in the idea of how stories appear, what role stories play in society at large, how different tropes kind of begin to emerge. So I get a little salty when there are people that engage with anime, but they don't engage with like writing and the history of the human word critically. So the guy that I'm talking to right now said something about how like Japanese theme songs, like he talked about how Japanese anime have really good theme song sequences and how the West just can't do that. And I was like, it's not that we can't, it's that there's just no economic reason for us to. The anime opening is an advertisement for so many different things. Anime committees benefit in a lot of ways from like even down to the songs that are chosen for the opening.
We also have the skip button.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so like it's an economic thing. It's not that Western animators can't make fire opening sequences. Like Gentry Child versus the Underworld has an open sequence I feel like is pretty banger. It's just that economically speaking, that's just not worth putting the money into for a lot of Western things. And he's like, well, that's because in Japan they really revere animation. They take it seriously, not just as something for kids. And I'm like, again, animation in America started off as something that was strictly for adults. In the 20s and the 30s, it was for adults. The motion picture code was put in place and it made it a little difficult for animation to be as risque because you're a little puritanical about our belief system back then. So in the 50s, when Snow White came out and TV was popping up and there were all these rules about what you could put on TV, it started to shift to become a thing for kids. It's not that like Japanese people have some spiritual attunement with the medium of animation and therefore understand that it's something that's not just for kids. It's because economically speaking, the United States has a relatively regressive belief system that is codified into their laws and the way that we censor media that makes it difficult for adult animated stories to get told. Like it's not if at any point in time someone's like takeaway from media analysis is that Japanese people are just these magical creators, I'm like, okay, so we're ignoring history and we're ignoring context and all that stuff. And as a writer who like me personally, I'm a writer. I feel like I'm pretty dope. I'm like, I can't let that stand. I'm sorry.
Right. I mean, you're dope, but are you Japanese though?
Yeah, it's like I cannot in good faith let you walk around with the belief system that Japanese people just like for magical reasons just understand animation in a way that nobody else in the world does.
I'm just saying, man, what you got on this One Piece though? That's why I like can you write One Piece? That's what I hate One Piece. I don't. I always like to use this as a joke, but I just love that you have that opinion because I have that opinion, and you made me feel very validated in my opinion.
Even when we look at One Piece, right? It's like I like One Piece. One Piece is cool. I cannot gauge the objective quality of One Piece because it's not over. Like since it's not done. If we get to the end of One Piece,
and then Game of Thrones is, who knows?
If I get to the end of One Piece and I look at it, right, I can objectively go, I don't think all of this was necessary. I don't think we needed 1,000 chapters to get to what you just did. I actually think there were ways that this could have happened that didn't need that. And that's very much a possibility. But there's also a possibility that we get to the end and I'm like, oh, I understand why we needed every single piece of this. We needed every single one. I just don't know. It's not over.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Demon Slayer, but I'm not gonna lie, that ending is cheeks. It's it all feels like, all right, we beat the bad guy. All right, get up out of here, everybody. Unplug your shit. Unplug all this. Get. All right, cut the cameras off. You who's writing the guy, the two guys in the back who are getting paid slave wages to animate. Wrap it up. Throw all that paper away. We're done.
Yeah, we have 6 more movies to start. Let's go.
Weird is a perfect example because I think like the anime industry has kind of noticed we can do what we want as long as we put enough Japanese set dressing, like it's fine.
Yeah.
As long as you put enough Japanese set dressing, it's fine. Like Demon Slayer at a base level, Demon Slayer is a cool story. Like I enjoy it, but is it like
epic?
No.
#1 largest Japanese box office movie ever?
No.
Good? I don't know about that. I don't.
Right.
I haven't seen anything that would
Right.
make me feel that way about it. Like it's cool. I enjoy it and everything, but I don't. I haven't seen anything that makes me go, wow, I understand why this is selling so much in the West. But a lot of it is that like anime fans, and like I say bless their hearts, but not in a pejorative way, because keep in mind that in my early 20s, I literally moved to Japan to study Japanese storytelling because I was trying to figure out what the secret sauce was, right? Like I can't fault anyone for thinking
You should have
this.
started with that. Like, no, I know there's no secret sauce.
Because I went
to find it.
I went, I looked, I tried. I was like, what was going on?
I feel like I should have I should have had this ready, but like I'm getting that I'm getting that Tyler the Creator moment where it's like, that was a fucking lie. There was no secret sauce.
Yeah.
Y'all did not know.
Here's what I think people are talking about though, because earlier I was saying like I think a lot of people see something and they mischaracterize it. What I have said for a long time about Japanese animation is not that their anime is something spiritual or better, but their anime is a major component of, like you said, their economy. It's a part of their media system. So of course they're gonna pour tons of money into it. American animation studios aren't gonna do that except for like Pixar and stuff. So we don't do that.
There are two elements to that. I feel like what you just said is 100% true. There are two elements to it. Number one, the only anime that you and I see are the anime that are considered good enough to have their rights acquired and then be translated and exported to a different place.
He said it. He
Of
said
course
it.
you're gonna think it's better. It's like the top 1%
So we
of
see the
everything
best.
that they create.
That's fair.
Of course
That's
it's
fair.
better.
He said the thing. He
You're
said the
gonna think
thing.
it's better. Like, you can't compare the top 1% of content from a country that is considered good enough to get sent out everywhere else. You can't take that and compare it to the entirety of the American animation industry and be like, oh, I think Japan's better. It's like, well, what you have access to is their best of the best. That's what you have access to. But additionally, I haven't done a video about this because I don't know how to distill it down into 1 minute. So you're gonna get my more than 1 minute thing.
Well, YouTube lets you go up to 3 now. You got a minute and a half for your IG.
Oh wait, did YouTube? When did YouTube change? I was like, I didn't get this memo.
Recently.
Oh wow, dude. Okay, see, they don't ever tell me anything, man. See, I'm like a stepchild over here, man. I don't like it.
At the end of World War II, Japan was like, dang, people really don't rock with us right now. I did an imperialism. Sorry.
Yeah.
The
bombs didn't even hardly get. They didn't get sympathy for that till like 20 more years.
it was impacting their economy because, like, when one of your primary exports is technology and people don't trust you, who's gonna want your tech, right? So a part of their plan for economic restoration was this initiative called Cool Japan. In Cool Japan is exactly what it sounds like. How do we make Japan cool? And as a country, they decided that there were elements of their culture like samurai, like Hello Kitty, like anime. And they said, actually, over the course of the next 50 years, we could establish ourselves as a global soft power. Because remember, post-World War II, they weren't allowed to have a military. Like they still can't have their own military. So they were like, if we're going to maintain some form of control or influence, and we are literally not allowed to do it via violent force anymore, the best that we can do is we can build this global influence from the multimedia content that we're creating. So the Japanese government over the course of decades invested hundreds of millions of dollars into bolstering the production and exporting of content that would make Japan seem cool. And anime was a huge part of that. So there are people that are saying like, oh, anime just does it better. Japan just does it better. And I'm like, excuse me, sir. I would probably be able to make One Piece too if I had the backing of the Japanese government subsidizing my industry and no workplace protections. Like it's not, it's an economic thing. It's always economics. It is not that Japanese people are just magically more creative or capable of creating anything. Yeah. That's not to downplay the talented mangaka and animators in the industry in any way. It's just that I don't like when people look at economic things and use them to make character judgments to denigrate somebody else's skill. To be like, people in the West could never, even though there are Western animators right now working on One Piece, Jujutsu Kaisen, Bleach, all these shows. There are Western animators in their pipeline doing key animation, direction, everything else, so that some random dude on Reddit can be like, Japan just does it better.
Well, I just really appreciate what you were talking about on socials. You just over the course of just the past few weeks, to that regard, like you said, the lionization of anime is something like I've long had a problem with it, and this is coming as a guy who is a long time anime manga guy. Like I love anime and manga, but I will tell you right now, I feel the same way about anime and manga that most people sometimes will tell you they feel about religion. It's like I don't dislike anime and manga, but I for damn sure can't stand the cheerleaders. It's gotten to the point where people are like, you're gonna sit here and look me dead in my eye and tell me that Western animation can't hold a candle to anime when we literally just had X-Men 97, one of the greatest animated seasons of television that's come out in a long time, that had everybody literally around, like, we don't have water coolers anymore, I guess, but people were literally on the internet, like every single, like, oh my God, you see the latest episode? Oh my God, you see the latest episode? Invincible has been coming out, and people are like, oh my God, you seen the latest episode? I mean, they took their sweet ass time getting there with it, but still, there's lots of shows like we've had, like, was it Blue Eye Samurai came out, Netflix, and it was like, dude, everybody was talking about it, it's a, like, we have the storytelling, and I do feel like we sell ourselves short, and I can't help but feel that it's little sweaty, unwashed incels that
I mean, even look at what you just said.
Yeah,
I was just about to get on
Samurai,
that.
Right? Where does Blue Eye Samurai take place?
Oh yeah, in Japan. Yeah, so of course everybody was on board.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. You want to know why though? You want to know why? Because we're dancing around something here. You want to know why Blue Eye Samurai was successful too?
Blue Eye Samurai.
Blue Eye Samurai. Blue Eye Samurai.
Blue Eye Samurai. So like I watch Blue Eye Samurai, and as someone that's actively like trying to get shows made in Western animation right now, I can't fault it. I think the CG style is like very unattractive to me. Like I just don't like it. But they did the best with what they had. I remember watching it and being like, did you really just tease an army of 1,000 archers and not show a single archer? And y'all are nominating this for Emmys? And
it was a threat of an archer.
Wow. Okay.
It's like, nah, show me my archers.
They had to do the best. They did the best that they could with what they had. But you got to notice that in Blue Eye Samurai, a part of what made the show feasible was that it got to benefit from decades and decades of the lionization of the idea of a samurai. I don't have to prove to you that samurai are cool. Everybody already thinks samurai are cool. So something as simple as I'm walking through trees in a forest. If we were in America, that's boring. If we were in Germany, that's boring. Like if we were in Atlanta, if I'll just repeat my park, that's boring. But it's okay. We're in feudal Japan. We're walking through the forest in feudal Japan, and everybody
dope ass helmet.
Yeah. The only other place you're allowed to walk through a forest. I think the only other place you'd be allowed to like animate someone walking through a forest and people would even think it was half as cool as a samurai walking through forest is if it's like a kung fu master walking through a forest. That's the closest, and it's that. And it's really weird because I feel like I don't know, and maybe I'm speaking out of pocket here, but I feel like it's a lack of appreciation of one's own culture and holding up another, and not to say you can enjoy Japanese culture. I'm not saying you can't. I think Japanese culture's cool in some parts. I think some other parts of it are, not for me. But I think that when you are so willing to be like, you know what? Screw all this stuff that's in my own area. Like, yeah, you're going to see that stuff that's far away and think it's so amazing. And you're going, like, I remember, weird story, but I remember I had a bad breakup once. Like, this is, God, 20 years ago.
And there was no Frank Ocean. You couldn't listen to Blonde to get over the breakup. That
right?
sucks.
And like I was literally I was down bad before down bad was a thing. And I remember one of the hobbies I took, I was like, you know what? I'm going to really get into like cinema. I'm going to watch all these foreign movies. And I got caught in the same trap that a lot of these anime fans got caught in.
Yes.
I started seeing films from France and Japan and China and Russia.
I thought you were going to say Fight Club, and I realized that I need to get to the man in me.
No, it's I saw all these movies. I was like, and I was that dude. I was like, oh man. Man, France is doing way better with dramas and comedies we'll ever do because they're just so much smarter than us. Oh man, Japan is way further ahead of us. I always said that but here's the thing, and this is a trick I learned, and I try and tell people this shit all the time, and no one ever listens. Your brain, when you watch something that is subtitled, and because it's in a foreign language, especially if you don't understand that language, normally. Your brain, it thinks it has to work harder to enjoy the thing that you're enjoying. So in the back of your head, you're thinking, "Oh, this must be higher art because I'm watching this thing and my brain is having to do all this stuff and oh my God, this has to be better. It's not from here, so it has to be better." And I feel like that's the trap a lot of people with anime and whatnot fell into. Like they fell into this idea that, oh, this is built different. It's like, no, it's not really.
So check this out. Let's get to the point here. Let's get to it, because here's the deal. I do think that you can sit there and look at animation around the world and go, I like Japan's the best. No problem with that. Same thing with French movies or whatever, right? But you touched on it when you started talking about incels, and we started talking about why Blue Eye Samurai really was successful. Because if that was a half black chick, we would have had all the same thing. We know that shit would not work. We know it wouldn't work. And then you know what? Before anybody out there,
God Samurai.
Yes, let it. It wouldn't work. But and you know what people are gonna say? They're gonna go, "No, we liked Afrojack." No, you liked a black dude out there doing kung fu. No, I said half Japanese, half black. Make this about Japanese people not liking her because she's half black. Make that story and tell me you still like it. You won't. Because here's the deal. They think that Japanese culture is spiritual. We got the mystical Asian. We got the mystical Negro, the mystical savage, the mystical Indians, the shamans, because these people are so ignorant that anything outside of them is on a level fetishized. You know what I mean? Where every time a black individual comes on, if they're older, they have to be wise. They have to do, Key and Peele did a skit on that. They're talking about the magical. If there's an older black person, that person's going to be extra wise, extra magical, because they can't just be normal people. Japanese, Asian people, right? Because you said the only other way is kung fu. Because they fetishize Asian shit all across. They don't fucking know the difference.
It's a childish Gambino. My architect knows Japanese type thing. It's like it's that people have this fetishization of Asian culture. I mean, honestly, really no differently than I feel some countries fetishize black culture.
Some countries,
but not some world. Countries. A lot of look. I was
the
trying
planet Earth.
I was gonna say, you know what? To be fair, you know what? I was wrong.
Yeah, the way human beings fetishize black culture.
I was gonna say the way humanity honestly, let's just be fair. I'm pretty sure if aliens are watching over this world, they probably fetishize us too.
Yep.
But the thing is, something you touched on, Tony, and I was watching this video, and it really, it was like the chef's kiss. It was the chef's kiss moment for me when you were talking about the whole thing going on right now with Dadan and the fan art, and everybody's fine. Oh, yeah, everybody's fine with fan art.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
until you put some color in it, and because it's the same thing with cosplay. It's the same thing with fan art, same thing with cosplay. It's the same thing with the voice actors that you like. If there's ever a black person, voice acting a character, which to my understanding is the case with quite a few more anime nowadays. And people get upset because, it's not authentic. But here's the thing. It's not authentic that a white person is voicing a Japanese character. Like, if you're going to be mad at the system. Be mad at the system as a whole. Don't pick out the one black person or the one brown person because you can't compartmentalize the fact that someone who doesn't have the same skin color as you is voicing a character that isn't even white to begin with. You know what I'm saying?
Now here's what I'm gonna say. I know that y'all said that around 8:15 you were gonna start talking about creature commandos. We're gonna have to push it back, dog.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it.
We got too much to talk through. I'm sorry.
Hey, we here for you.
Hey, I already knew. I said this dude thinks he's getting off at 8, but he doesn't know.
Hey.
Nah. Okay, here are the two things that pop into my mind based on what you said. I wanna address the kind of line of thought that we were having earlier about this kind of fetishization of Japan in some ways. Yes. Before we get to that, what I want to say about this voice acting thing and about like even the drama that's been happening with Dandadan is that it is wild that the people who put Japanese Americans in internment camps and are currently gentrifying their neighborhoods are telling me that I'm the thing that Japanese culture needs to be protected from.
Yes.
That is just wild to me.
Yes.
They're like, we need to
100%.
defend Japanese culture. And I'm like, from the people that put them in camps, from the people that are buying businesses in little Tokyos and Japan towns across the country, destabilizing what was primarily Japanese American owned areas and businesses.
I'm telling you.
It was very difficult for them to hold on to because, again, you rounded them up and put them into camps.
How many Japanese Japanese restaurants got rocks thrown through them? Japanese restaurants got rocks thrown through them because of the quote kung fu virus, because they're so stupid they don't even understand the difference. They're like, we hate China and China's doing this to us, and then go bust out Korean restaurants and Japanese restaurants because by the way, you talk about internment camps. Koreans and Chinese people in the United States got locked up too because these people don't give a fuck. That's why. What's the movie that just came that's coming out? That's she's a Viking. They're doing a live action.
How to Train Your Dragon.
How to Train Your Dragon. Yeah.
And you know what? I'm not gonna say all the obvious shit, but somebody actually said something. I was like, damn, I didn't even think about that. It's not even about white. It's not about Norwegian. They don't give a fuck if there is a voice actor or an actor that is from Kansas. That's not Norwegian. That's not Viking. From England, from Wales, they don't give France. They don't care. They don't care. Just be white. They
didn't even care. Like where was this energy? Where was this energy they had for old girl back when the animated movies were coming out, and wasn't it like America Ferrera that was like voicing the girl in How to Train Your Dragon?
Yes. But it wasn't cool yet. It didn't make you money.
It was like, it's different.
That's it. Nerdrotic wasn't getting paid just yet. He was still getting paid from Captain Marvel.
Oh, wait, no, I thought he was still getting paid from like slinging crack. That's what I thought. I thought he was still making money off of that. Oh,
That's
wait,
right.
was I not supposed to bring that up about him? Oh man, that's crazy.
I'm getting tea that I didn't even know.
Yeah, he used to be
slang crack and did meth. You know, whatever. Allegedly, I don't know. Whatever.
You know.
Here's my like actual focus train of thought, and it actually brings us back on task a little bit, right? Because I'm supposed to talk about Weirdo.
Yes.
About my book, right? So Weirdo chronicles my experiences as a young nerdy black kid, feeling alienated, feeling ostracized, and kind of finding a home in storytelling. And I think that a part of the reason that people are able to look at Japanese culture with such nuance while completely ignoring the historic context of why it exists, and also ignoring other storytellers of a similar caliber domestically, is because a lot of people end up in anime fandoms as a direct result of feeling ostracized in their own community. So I mean, like, we can all think of at least one black nerd that doesn't like black people. We can all think of at least one. Right?
Oh yeah.
Like, we can all think of at least one black nerd that in the midst of their pain and what they were dealing with decided these people are horrible anyway. I don't want to affiliate with them. And that kind of manifested as anti-blackness. I think there are people for whom they're like, these people don't understand me. These people think that I'm weird for watching anime. These people think that Naruto is weird and they can't even say Kakashi correctly. But in Japan, they get it. In Japan, they understand. In Japan, they watch anime and you can get One Piece merchandise at every 7-Eleven, and there are arcades at every train station. In Japan, they get it. So I personally think there's an entire generation of like very hurt people that use Japanese culture for solace, for retreat, as a safe place, and never actually healed the pain. They never actually bounced back from the thing. They never actually process their emotions. The way that they processed it in their head was, all these people in the West are culturally regressive. I understand Japanese culture in ways that they don't. Japanese people are the only people that are on my level. Therefore, I love Japanese culture. Japanese anime is amazing. And I'm not just talking about the newer stuff that all you bandwagon people like. I'm talking about Robotech. I'm talking about Ninja Scroll. I'm talking about all the 70s stuff that you go get posters of. Like, people process their own pain through othering other people in the way that they were othered.
Yes.
But again,
they grow up,
go ahead.
Then they grow up and they never learn how to untether.
Deal with that.
They never learn how to untether from that thing.
Yeah. So, but again,
in my comment section, fine with me. And that's
it. But once a quarter, though. Once a quarter.
But yeah, we only love
yeah. See, that's good, because I do the same thing. I limit myself to my fights, but it's like I say, hey, 7 times a week, 8 tops I give myself. You know what I mean? So that's what I do. Only on days that end with Y. So I was gonna tell you one thing I was gonna add to that is, again, when they talk about Japanese culture, it's how they imagine it. They don't even know what Japanese culture is. Yep. It's how they shape it in their own minds. Again, going back to everything else. I love Let's Get Out. Right? I love black people, black bodies, but I want them for me. I want to use them. I want to see them how I want to see them. And that's how these incels do for Japanese culture. They take their same, insular racist, view on the world, and then they superimpose that on other cultures, and it's not even real. It's not even real. We got a dude in my Discord server who lives in Japan. He's a white dude, has a Japanese wife, and he just permanently lives in Japan now. And he was telling me it is so embarrassing how many anime fans come here and swear they know Japanese, and his wife and everybody in Japan can tell did you learn Japanese because you wanted to understand anime? Like you wanted to be that super weeb who didn't need captions or dubs? Because their Japanese is always horrible and in the style of anime that is not spoken in regular society. It's rude. It's like it's not the same. So they're like, again, they come in and they're like, yeah, this is how it is. Like, no, you have a cartoon version of what everything else is around you, except for your own personal whiteness.
Someone whose entire Japanese vocabulary is just
yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
Here's why people like that. I'm like, listen, I try to live a life of positivity, and even when I'm telling people to go get therapy, I am not doing it in a pejorative way. I literally mean go seek help. And a part of it is because like I was almost that guy. Like I moved to Japan. I went and lived in Japan with a Japanese family, and I thought it was gonna be sweet. I was like, finally, someone understands
my power level.
And when I tell you, like the culture shock of even just getting off of the getting from the airport, I remember. My mom didn't want me to go to Japan. My mom did not want me to go because I had never left the country before. I was going to be gone for like months. My mom did not want me to go. And I saved up like a semester's worth of money from my library job at my university so I could have spending money. So I go and I get off the plane and I'm looking around like, whoa. I'm walking around. I'm like, what's this? What food do they have over here? What's here? I'm like, I remember sitting down and like getting udon and being like, wow, there are multiple udon restaurants here. This is wonderful. I went to like the Pokemon kiosk and bought like Pikachu keychains. But in Japan, they have Tony Chopper merchandise for like every major Japanese landmark. So it's like Kobe Radio Tower, Tony Chopper, Osaka Castle, Tony Chopper. He has like different variations. And when I tell you this is not hyperbole, I spent 50% of the spending money that I brought for my entire time in the country in the 3 hours that I waited in the airport for my shuttle. I was buying like everything. It was like, oh, I haven't seen this before. Oh, I haven't seen this before. Whoa, when would I get this? Oh my goodness, where's this?
Wait, you came in with that money. Usually you came in with a budget and a plan, and that airport looked at you.
I was like, yeah.
They said, no, you don't get nothing.
Can't even leave.
Like, no. Run your pockets.
I was 20 years old, had no idea what I was getting myself into. And that's why I try to like approach these conversations with grace, because I'm like, bro, I get it. I understand. I get it. I understand. I know how tempting it is for you to see a girl that you're really into and you spend a bunch of time trying to figure out how to get that girl to talk to you. And then she doesn't like you. And you're like, she didn't even give me a chance. I know how tempting it is to be like, a Japanese girl would never treat me like this. Like it's so easy. It's so easy to like slide into that era of mustiness. I'm like, dog, I understand. Dude. I get it. If you are a hurt person, especially like a hurt man, like if you are a man in your late teens, early 20s, and you experience emotional pain, Orientalism and fetishizing Asian women be calling out to you like the Green Goblin mask. Like it's right there.
Come on.
Exactly. Sir Yuri G called it. That's Passport Bros right there.
Oh, yeah.
Passport Bros. They do that in Latin America. They do that
I understand. I understand the thought process. But don't do it. Don't do it.
Wait a minute.
You know what? No.
Said Donald Glover closing his ears right now.
But here's the thing, though. You say don't do it, right? Because you're like I said when I was introducing you before you came on, wholesome dude. You know, I say like, he covers the same stuff we do, but he's really like wholesome about it. So he, you know, we're just probably a little bit too abrasive, but that's okay. We need that. Some people need abrasive. The thing is this. I say keep doing it. Passport Bros, go do your thing. Do it. He says stop. I say do it. Because everything those dudes get, they deserve. Oh yeah, they deserve to be scammed. They deserve to get their pockets run. They deserve to have somebody play them to get them and their family to the United States, and then they get left. I love it for them.
Look, let me tell you something. That Japanese girl,
I do not co-sign this.
Yeah, look, that Japanese girl that these folks think won't do them dirty, she is gonna do you dirty. She's just gonna be a lot politer about it.
Because there's two different types of women that are gonna see these people coming. First of all, this shit has been happening since the history of forever. Okay, since colonization, since they know what the fuck's going on, right? So there's two types of women. Well, three. We'll say three. There's gonna be one who's gonna go, bro, I already know who you are, and that's not who I. Get the fuck out of my face. What do you think I am? You know what I mean? You think I? Yep, right. That person. The second one is gonna go, you fucking idiot. Yeah, let's do this. So if you're a passport bro coming out there toxic, really the chances of you picking up somebody that's gonna run your pockets is pretty fucking high, and I think you deserve it. I think you deserve it.
My
brother has experience. My wife is Panamanian, so
the way that I try to approach a lot of these conversations is to understand the humanity behind like a lot of these problematic ideas and viewpoints. Because like I said, from personal experience, if my father was not active in my life, if I didn't have lots of black women friends that pulled me to the side and were like, hey, bro, I need you to chill. You're scaring the hoes.
This ain't it. Too much.
If my parents didn't put me in therapy, I look at a lot of these people, a lot of these like grift YouTubers, a lot of these like super fetishizing black dudes, a lot of these anti-black Blerd personalities. And I'm like, that could have happened to me if there weren't very particular safeguards and people in my life that were like, nah, I can't let you go out like that. So
Tony, how old are you?
I'm like, I understand the logic for how you got yourself into this position. I understand how you got here, and I am gonna try and get you out. Jesus, I'm gonna try.
You know what? We need you, but how old are you? Around. If that's personal information, like late 20s, early 20s, mid 20s, early 30s. How old are you?
Oh, I'm 30. I'm an old man. I take multivitamins.
Oh, you're 30.
So
you're 30. You're 30. I was gonna make a joke earlier, but I said, nah, that'd be mean. So I'll make it now. He said I went through a breakup 20 years ago. I wanted to interrupt him. I'm like, Tony Weaver, how old were you 20 years ago? I knew it was gonna be like no, but here, check it out. Me and Blerd here, we old as fuck, right?
We're washed.
And so 30 to us, right? Because I know in this world, right? We got comic books behind both of us. You got manga, right? In our world, we're old, right? And you are old in this world, right? Because this is a young man's game. But I'm telling you right now, when you reach 40, hit me up. Because let me tell you something. When you talk about how you know where they came from because it could have been you, bro, it was me.
Yeah.
That could have been me. I was a fuck boy. I was a conservative. I was disrespectful to women. That's how I spent my 20s. And I'm telling you right here, right now, that coming out of it, when I look back, fuck your humanity. Fuck you. If you start, here's what I'll give you. I will give you the true ignorant person. That's the one that you can try to save. You know, because here's the two different people. you're gonna get the person who otherwise gives no indication that they're racist, right? It's not that they're nerdrotic or quarterling fans, none of that. But they are saying that shit that you are identifying as fetishization, right? In that mysticism and stuff like that. If nobody else has that, I'm sorry, if that person has nothing else and it's just that, go ahead. But I'm telling you right now, if those motherfuckers are following nerdrotic, if those motherfuckers are mad because and you watch them and they're like this is that, and only mad when a black voice comes up or a black face comes up, or their passport bros and say fuck these women and I want somebody who will cook and clean for me, bro. They are there by choice. They are not children. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I'm glad you're there, because that first person I talk about, they're gonna find your shit and they're gonna be like, damn, they're right. I hope they don't find us first, because we don't say
like, we'll jump them. But it's even in what you said, I'm like, a lot of the work that I do skews towards younger people. So like Weirdo is a middle grade graphic novel. I travel around to schools across the country. Tomorrow I gotta get in my car and drive down. I'm doing I got in touch with 2 Chainz' folks for a toy drive that they're doing on Saturday. So
I saw you. That worked out. I saw the video.
Like I try to aim for like the younger nerds, because that's when that wound of insecurity is like freshest.
Yes.
That's the time when it happens. That's the time when they start making these decisions. That's the time when they're watching all these streamers that are telling them these things. I'm like, I feel like I can create a strong impact the earlier that I engage with someone that's dealing with the same insecurities that I was.
Let me be clear. All that shit I was saying before, I'm thinking like 20, 19, 20 and up. Yeah. Like children, you're right. You're right. They're products of their parents. Yeah.
I'll even take it a step further. I'm even thinking like, 30 and up. Like, I think going after, like, because I think that's something that is not talked about enough. And I think people only just now really starting to focus on it, but we have lost at least a couple of generations, I feel, to the type of stuff that, we're all fighting against, that closed-mindedness, that bigotry. There are young people who, they stumbled into an Andrew Tate or a Quartering or a Nerdrotic or a Yellow Flash or Geeks and Gamers or what's the pronouns guy, heels versus babyface, all that garbage.
And worst of them all, in my opinion, because I hate to see a brown face do this, but what's his name, Magna whatever.
Oh, Tyrone Magnus has taken quite the turn.
Tyrone Magnus, because then you get that one whole shit where he becomes the face of I'm not racist, and then they get to just hold on to their views even stronger.
Right, they're like, oh, see, he said it. He's a black guy, and he said that
validating
it's woke,
their bullshit.
Yeah, it's basically he's the Candace Owens of the I guess the quotey fingers nerd. I don't even think he's a part of the nerd community, but I mean he is seen as a face of it. But no, I think that we've
and Young
lost.
Ripper, same thing.
Yeah, Young Ripper, same. I feel like we have lost generations to them, and some of them I think we can get back. But I don't think all of them are salvageable. But I think the best thing we can do is a preemptive strike to try to reach those people before they get caught into, those problematic content creators and influencers and such. Because like when I was, watching your stuff, I was like, dude, this guy's positive. He's bringing good energy. I was like, he's looking
your
out
videos,
for the kids.
Talking to the kids, yeah, exactly.
I was like, this guy's out here. I was like, this is like honestly, not gonna lie, I actually had to sit back and reevaluate myself for a minute, because I was like, damn, man, I don't do shit. I was like, man, I don't go to no schools. I'd be like, man, I don't talk to
we got Tony Weaver on.
Yeah, we got Tony.
We do it. Got Tony.
Well, to be
I ain't
fair,
gonna lie, I'm gonna tell a funny story real quick. I was telling him, I'm like, hey, check out this dude, real good. Like, I think we should have him on the show, because I had seen your YouTube. I'm gonna tell him myself right here. Chris was just telling me, why do you tell people this stuff? No one knew. I saw his YouTube. So you know what I thought? I thought this was like a young, like a up and comer, yeah. Hey, look at it. He got a small platform. Let's get this thing. This guy's positive. He's out there doing stuff. And Ernie's like, he's not like a new what? And I said, well, yeah, look at it. Like, yeah, look at his IG. And I was like,
wait a minute. No, wait a minute. Say it again. Say it again.
He was right.
Look, look. I felt like I felt validated in that moment because I was like, man, dude, dude's out here on TikTok and IG, man. You might want to put some respect on his.
Yeah, I went off the YouTube numbers. He's like, oh, okay, but still. Well, I'm sure there's people who didn't know who this dude was, and you're out there talking to schools. Here, let's talk less about racist, and I want you to tell me more about how you came around to doing your book, like what motivated you, and all of that. Like, what's in it? What
So I'm gonna say what I'm about to say, and what I'm about to say is gonna sound a little flippant. But it's not flippant because it's not a big deal. It's just that I have talked about it so much that even though it's heavy, it doesn't feel heavy for me to talk about.
Yeah. So just do it one more time. You're fine.
One of the kind of defining moments for me is that while I was in middle school, I attempted suicide. I did not love who I was. I didn't feel like my existence was one that had value. And I genuinely felt like the world would be a better place if I wasn't here. So like I tried to end my life at a really early age. And in that time, the thing that kind of saved me was stories. It was manga, it was anime, it was cartoons. These characters literally like held me up at a time when I couldn't do that for myself. So when I was younger, the promise that I made was that since stories saved my life, as soon as I got the opportunity, I would use stories to save other people. Now, the way that I thought that would look was that I thought I was going to be an actor. I have this like weird thing going where for whatever reason, as a child, I ended up in the presence of very influential people. So like Andre 3000 is my first cousin.
Oh, wow.
Tupac's sister was my first poetry teacher. So I trained for 6 years at the Tupac Shakur Center for the Arts. The first acting class that I ever took was that I did a monologue competition. And since I made it to the semifinals, I got to go to New York and see Denzel Washington on Broadway, and he taught us a workshop. So Denzel Washington was my first acting teacher. And I thought that I was going to be an actor. So I like trained, I got my audition ready. I got accepted into a really competitive Bachelor's of Fine Arts program. And I went into college like, hey man, I'm Michael B. Jordan better get ready, because as soon as I hit the scene, boy, it's done. As soon as I hit the scene, boy,
no man,
it's done. So I'm like, I'm not here trying to figure out my acting career, but I'm taking my gen ed courses. As one of my courses, I volunteered at this elementary school. So I show up, there's this group of kids, and I'm the only black kid in my class, and they're carting out all these kids, right? They're like, okay, you go sit with him, you go sit with him, you go sit with him. And it's like a bunch of white kids, and they bring out one black kid, and he's the only black kid in the class. And I look at him, and he look at me, and his teacher look at me, and I go, you don't have to act like it's random. Send him over here. Honestly, it would be a little irresponsible if you sent him to anybody other than me. Like, it's fine. Send him over here. So he sits down with me, and before his teacher is like even out of earshot, like we're supposed to be talking about curriculum stuff. Before his teacher's even out of earshot, he looks at me and he goes, so who's your favorite alien from Ben 10? And I'm like, this kid just clocked me as a nerd like that quick.
like that.
Because first of all, how did you know that I have an opinion on that? Like, first of all, you talking to the right one. So I spent a whole semester working with this kid, and what he tells me is, number one, that he really likes that we get to talk about this type of stuff. And number two, he tells me that there aren't a lot of people that look like him that he can talk to about these sorts of things. In this conversation that I have with this kid, what I learned is that he's struggling with his self-esteem too. He's struggling with his sense of belonging too. And the lack of representation in the media that he's seeing is contributing to it. And in that moment, the light bulb went off in my head. I said, this is how you use stories to save other people. You get stories in their hands. You get them characters that look like them. You connect them to narratives that allow them to see themselves as more than they are. So I was like still really interested in the acting thing, but I kind of went in an entirely different direction. I started writing. I started focusing on content. I started focusing on literacy. I started focusing on access. And that's kind of what brought me to where I am. So Weirdo is the first book of 4 books that I have had acquired in 6-figure deals. I'm working on another book right now that'll hopefully get bought in like the next 8 weeks once we get back for the new year. And I also started an organization called Weird Enough Productions. It's kind of my own, like Weird Enough is my version of Odd Future basically, but instead of making music, we make comics and mental health curricula for kids. So we've worked with over 2 million kids across the US, and kind of what started as a idea in my dorm room has grown into this like multi-million-dollar organization where I have a team of about 15 that are based around the world. And when I'm not doing those things, I get on social media and tell people to go to therapy.
So you're the truth. He said, just say, I do this thing to content creators, whatever. Let me tell you, I'm the truth. That's what you just said.
I mean, I love it.
No, that's what's up.
I love
that.
To
Is
see
what's like, and you're in the Atlanta area, right? Is that what
Yes.
I heard one of your videos? You put that out there like that.
Yeah.
That is super dope. So I'm sure, like, is that where your focus is with the schools, right? Just because it's in the local area.
I mean, we work around the country. What's ironic is that my mom is pretty high up in a major school district in Atlanta. So it's actually, it is a conflict of interest for me to work in her district. So I have to go. It's kind of annoying because it's like,
that's
man,
wild.
Yeah. I'm like, dog, it's free. Schools don't even have to pay for the programs. They're like, listen, the board's going to feel, the board's going to feel different about it. So, I mean, it's very interesting because a lot of people see my videos and they're like, man, this guy's yelling and complaining all the time. He never does anything about the actual problem. And I'm like, oh, on God.
Right.
Like, but I have to.
Did you hit him with the Oni?
One argument a quarter. I gotta hold myself back. There are some people that there are people that there are people that are fundamentally committed to misunderstanding me and would rather belittle who I am, what I stand for, and try to trivialize the work that I've dedicated my life to doing over the course of the last 10 years, instead of actually critically engaging with the problem. That's actually one of my biggest things right now. It's like y'all have like over 100K subs on YouTube. I'm like, I don't know how you deal with it. My big struggle is I have to be okay with people being wrong about me. Like people are going to be loud and wrong, and I can't say anything about it. I can't go fight every person. I can't go down talk every person. I can't go explain to every person how they're wrong. I just got to let them be wrong. And that's real hard for me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we did a show last week. Titled Dumb Comments and what was it? Something
mean replies or something like that.
Yeah, so, what you do? Yeah. You monetize these people.
Yeah. I got
I'm
my
just
back
tell you right now,
kicked in.
monetize them.
I got my back kicked in for actually pointing out an actual not an opinion.
Truth.
Yeah, not an opinion, not something that's my headcanon, but something that's an objective fact. You can't there's no denial, but I had people literally I'm talking beating me upside the top of my head in my comment section.
You're anti-black. You got to learn to love yourself.
Yeah, I was called.
Remember that.
I was called anti-black. I got to learn to love myself. That I'm the comic book Candace Owens, and there was something else.
Wild. It's wild.
Yeah, it was crazy, and all because I said that it is a matter of public record that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X are not maybe the inspirations later, but they were not created. The characters, Professor X and Magneto were not created as as being inspired by these characters.
They're not. That's objectively true.
You're right.
Right.
I have literally
and he even like pointed out like facts. So he's like, even if it was, this was my favorite part, right? Because I edited that video, so I watched it like about 8 times in a row. The geek goes, Blerd goes, even if it was, it would be a horrible example. like you obviously don't know who the fuck Malcolm X is. If you think in the first 19 issues of X-Men, Magneto represented him at all. You know what I mean? At all. So it's crazy.
I even had, I didn't like cite these things, but like I literally have spoken to people in the comic book industry who have quite literally told me. As a matter of fact, I have spoken to even the guy who people try to claim, if Stan Lee didn't do it, then Chris Claremont did. I've talked to Chris Claremont. He's even told me face to face, dead ass to my face, looked me in my eyes and said, no. So,
and here's the thing. Even if it was true though, today in 2024, if someone said, hey, I was really, really inspired by Barack Obama and Raphael Warnock, so I made these 2 white comic characters based after them, we'd be like, that's horrible.
That's horrible.
Right, there you go.
Why
he said that in the video.
Why we would literally say, why did you whitewash your inspiration?
Right. Well, and that's kind of my whole thing. Like when that all happened, like I even said in the video, like I know I'm gonna lose subscribers. I know there's gonna be people who are gonna be mad at me. I know there's gonna be people that are gonna like make fun of me or make content like talking about how, oh man, look at this clown. I completely get where you're coming from, because I kind of have that kind of same thing for myself. Like I have this voice in the back of my head that's just like constantly telling me how terrible I am and like how I should not be doing what I'm doing. I'm terrible at what I do, and these people are right about me. That that everything they're saying is 110% valid, which it is not. But in the brain, your brain perceives all kinds of shit weird. But I tell people all the time that the way I deal with that stuff is I choose when to allow myself to be attacked. Like if someone's going to attack me, it's going to be on my terms. It's going to be on my terms. So if someone wants to attack me and it's not on my terms, I'm like, look, man, you go do what you got to do. I don't have to engage with it. But like, I'm like this. If you want to come to my comment section and call me out my name, talk about my, my face, or, body shame me or call me trash or, make fun of my family or whatever. I was like, you know what? You come here, here's the best part about it. I don't even have to read it. Most of the time what I'll do, I'll go in for the first couple of hours. I'll look at the comments. And if I see a bunch of stuff that I don't want to fool with, I just go on about my day. And I'll be like, well, trash. All right, cool. Done. And I move on with it. Matter of fact, I even told people in that video, I was like, man, look, y'all are all wrong. And I'm gonna go play Metaphor ReFantazio. I'll see y'all later. And I pinned that at the top. I pinned that comment, and I was like, y'all ain't about to get me. Y'all are not about to have me out here upset with myself because I was right and y'all were wrong. So I totally get where you're coming from. And honestly, I applaud you, because
once a quarter, I can do that.
Well, and not even just that, just the the dedication to trying to enrich these kids' lives and show them something that is not made readily available to to younger kids. Like where is that representation at? And I think it's also a good thing for especially for kids in general, but also especially for Black and brown kids to see someone who looks like them, who is spitting a good message and has a good head on their shoulders and actually is trying to do something, positive, put positive energy and things like that out there into the world. That's the type of stuff, like every time I see it, I'm like, man, look, I don't have a hat on, but if I had one, I would tip it. But yeah, I think that's the type of stuff we love to see.
Chat, if you're looking for the book, check the pinned comment.
Yes.
The link is there. There's a couple people asking about how to find the book.
Oh,
check
also
the pinned comment, and it'll give all the sources for where you get it.
Yeah, pinned comment. It's also in the description on the YouTube side, on the Twitch side of things. If you're looking for it, if you actually type in !weirdo, it will pull up a link. And if I'm not mistaken, and I want to make sure that I'm not incorrect in my saying this, if you also do the command ! If you do the ! Tony Weaver, boom, it'll also pull up all of Tony's socials and website. So make sure y'all do that. It is worth your time. I will also say too, real quick, I actually want to share something with you too, because we actually got a couple of super chats that I think are specifically for you. Let's see here. We got one. My boy Freddie Lane out here with $2 super chat says, Tony, big fan. My Blerd heart's happy how far we are. Man, so like I said, that's what's up. Also, man, one of our contemporaries, one of our peers is out here as well. Man, this is my homie Black Gay Comic Geek out here with the 999. So shout out to y'all. Dude, first off, this Black Gay Comic Geek is a real one because he stays out here all day, every day, out here spitting facts. And getting the same kind of pushback that we get sometimes. But it says, shout out to y'all. Media literacy and critical thinking is in the toilet, so it's hard not to respond to certain comments, but y'all are doing the work, man. Go buy Weirdo. Man, first off, please remember, pin comment and description.
Yeah,
do that.
100%. I do think, by the way, there is value in balancing. There's value in balancing your own personal mental health, and correcting misinformation. I have a high tolerance for internet bullshit. But if other people negativity, whatever. But some people are like, nah, I'm getting too negative. This shit's getting dark around me. That's when you got to start taking care of yourself. But, and I've seen you do this. So it's like, obviously you do this, but I think it's not really so much about trying to convince the person that you're responding to. It's you trying to let other people know who hears that, right? Who's in the earshot. Yep. Go, you know what? I need to provide counter information to this.
Exactly.
And I like that. I like that you do that. And you call that shit out. You just called it out with the Dan thing, and I think that's what's up. That's dope.
It's a huge thing for me. It's a conversation that I have a lot. Because like I want to make sure that everything that I do and every word that I speak is in alignment with my values. So I try to bring positivity into the world. And like I said earlier, sometimes the only way positivity is going to be able to breathe is if we get rid of the negative energy.
It's like cold, the absence of heat, It's like the absence of negativity.
You have to address that stuff. So I try to make sure that there's a balance so that I'm not like scrapping with people all the time. But for people that are dealing with this, like even that she's 16 years old, man. 16-year-old artist trying to make some fan art, getting brigaded by all these people.
The entire internet's racist.
That means something to me. Yeah. I have to say something. Somebody has to say something, especially because on the negative side, things are a lot more sophisticated and monetized. It's like, I need to say something because on the other side, there's money to be made in peddling the misinformation.
That's right.
Therefore, someone needs to, in some way, say something about the negative information. Someone needs to offer the correction. Because
the algorithm don't give a shit about the information.
No, they really don't.
I mean, unless you're breaking the law with misinformation, like they were, cracking down on COVID and shit. They're just algorithm's algorithm, And so you gotta, if you have the platform to do it, you gotta be able to just jump in there and provide that other space, or else that's the only voice in that space. You know? So I think that is really important. So you said you can't work in up there in Atlanta because of your mom. Just know I'm in Savannah. So if you ever do any work in Chatham County or something like that, hit me up. Hit me up.
Will do.
Also, real quick, we
yeah.
got one just because I can't leave the Susan Turpin out.
Susan Turpin
says, I love you, Blerd and Robo, but Tony is legit one of my faves. It's funny you say that because one of our faves. so we're right there with you.
Thank you.
That's what's up.
Anytime. Hey, look, you're always welcome to because I know you probably have to get out or I don't know.
Yeah,
you got travel and stuff.
Now I gotta go eat. It's been very
well, hey, anytime, any place, you're always welcome here. Like I said, you are right at home with us, and we really appreciate you taking the time to sit and shoot the shit with us, talk about the book and all that good stuff. So yeah, hey, like I said, I appreciate you to the highest level of appreciativity.
Thank you all so much. Have a wonderful evening.
Hey, you too, man. Take care.
All right. Peace.
Peace. All right. Y'all,
well, that was cool.
That was awesome. That was the Tony Weaver Jr. Like I said, y'all know what to do. Pinned comment up top. We got the book, got the link to the book. Yeah. You can also, like I said, if you want to follow him on the whether it's on I think I got his Blue Sky, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, like all that stuff is in there. All the good stuff. Go show some love. Also got his website on there too, where he's got like way more information about the stuff that he does. Yeah, y'all go make sure y'all go and check that out, man. Because like I said, he's out here, he's doing the Lord's work as far as I'm concerned.
And off the internet too. That's what's up.
Yes,
because what you were saying about how you feel, like I felt the same way. I felt the same way when I watched the stuff. That's why I invited him on, because it's like if we're gonna do anything with this platform, let's go ahead and platform the right people and get the word out, right? But yeah, I mean, going above and beyond and getting out there and starting a book club, a comic book reading club at the library, something. I mean, this guy's doing big stuff, and if you're out there and you're listening to this and you haven't followed him yet, go ahead and do that, and then buy that book. It's almost Christmas, right? I know everybody in here probably knows a young little nerd growing up, and it don't matter, what color they are. Just buy the book and hook them up with a book about this. It's a graphic novel, so
I was gonna say
that's what's up.
I picked up the hardcover version of it.
You got it.
Yeah, the other day. So actually, it should be here tomorrow. Actually. So yeah, that, like I said, that's just me. But I mean, I like hardcovers. I mean, you can get a paperback if you want, but I got hardcover. So
I don't know why you would. Why would you get that? I don't
know. Get a paperback. You can get the. Look, we don't do those softback trade papers. We don't do.
I mean, if he had a foil print on there too, I'll get that one.
yeah, I get that too. I will say too, real quick, before we get into the next thing, because I don't want people to lose track of this. But I will also we're gonna have especially when I got the same energy going tomorrow. For those of you, we're actually gonna have something a little early tomorrow, earlier than what we normally do. I'll be back tomorrow, shooting the breeze, as it were, with what I think is probably someone that has done a lot of work in the comics industry. That you probably heard their name tons of times because they've just kind of been all over the place. I'm going to be chit-chatting with none other than Joseph P. Illage tomorrow, which I believe would be like the 3 p.m. Eastern, like 12 p.m. Pacific, something like that. I don't know.
An hour before the book cave, right? Oh, tomorrow's Friday.
Tomorrow's Friday. Yeah. Tomorrow's Friday. But yeah, all that was a native saying.
Words don't have meaning. Days don't have meaning to me.
Days don't have meaning, man. What's okay? First off, what's a day?
What is that?
What is a day? But no, I'll be talking with Joseph Village tomorrow. So if y'all want to get down with that, please by all means do. I think it's gonna be a fun talk. I'm gonna be shooting the breeze with him about. It's primarily gonna be to talk to him about Shadow Cabinet.
Yeah.
Which there's a new issue that comes out next week. Issue number 2 will drop next week.
Video out.
Make
sure you watch it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hey, show some love, show some support. Yeah. I'm just saying. Yeah. But also we're also going to be talking about. He has a book coming up at Image that he's going to be doing with one of my other favorite writers, Tim Seeley. He's going to be doing a co-written book. It's going to be a Spawn spinoff called Bloodletter. So there's that. He's also got another graphic novel that's going to be coming out, and I believe it's called Harriet Tubman, the conductor on the Underground Railroad. It's a graphic novel adaptation of a novel about the life of Harriet Tubman.
Wow, that's dope.
And so he's got that coming up, and he's done all kinds of stuff. He's worked with Milestone, he's worked with DC, I think he's done stuff for Marvel, he's worked with Image, he's done stuff independent. Dude's done a lot of stuff. So we'll be chit-chatting with him. I'll be chit-chatting with him tomorrow. But yeah, that'll happen. I think I actually have the show already scheduled, so make sure if you see it, if you go to the page, make sure you hit that notification so that you can
hit the remind me. That shit helps.
Yeah, trust me. It also helped me out a great deal. That said, so Creature Commandos. How much of Creature Commandos have you watched, Robo?
I watched them. Wait, there's only 2, right?
There's 3.
Today dropped the
I think Thursday, yesterday,
yeah, so.
I think, or last night, today, something like that.
Yeah. I haven't seen the newest one. I saw the first 2 then.
Okay. The third one's in the thing.
Hey, go ahead and talk about that real quick. Matter of fact, if you want to talk about spoilers, I'm going to get some water.
Actually, not going to talk about spoilers at all because I have not seen the 3rd episode.
Oh, okay, good. I'll be right back.
But go, do your thing. So, for those who do not know, okay, so it came out like middle of the night last night. Then, is what happened. So, for those who are not in the know about the Creature Commandos television series, it's the show that I think everyone had largely been waiting for. And I want to go on a limb and say that it is quite technically the first of the DCU crop of television shows. So really television shows, movies, whatever the case, it's all of that. But it's actually pretty damn cool. That's not a spoiler or anything. It's a pretty damn cool show. It's definitely not for the babies, so do not watch it around your children. It is incredibly vulgar, as one might probably expect, and it is also incredibly violent, and I love it for that. It is, yeah, better not be exactly. You better not bring your kids. Oh, but I like it. It's a great show. And I guess, you know what? Actually, I'm going to take this opportunity because I just realized we have some super chats and stuff that we haven't talked about yet. So I'll still wait for Robo. But we got one here. This is 36 months from Devontre out here. Says, brothers out here trying to get a pick me by being a pick me. We have to realize what you like, who you are, stand for your worth and value now. Don't let folk compromise your worth. And that is the God's honest truth. Right there, 100%. We've also got one, and I think this one's from a little bit back, but I want to make sure we don't forget about this one. This is actually one from Stomp 10, who donated $4.99. This is actually at the pretty much the beginning of the show. Says, what up, Blerds? Would y'all be interested in seeing a Star Wars and Aliens crossover? It would definitely be better than the Marvel crossover. Man, look, I feel, man. Whew. I feel justified. I don't know about the rest of y'all. I feel justified because I told y'all that Avengers versus Aliens was not going to be it. And I mean, I don't know. There's some people who really enjoy it. I am not finding anything to really enjoy about it. So that's just me. That is just 100% me. I cannot even apologize for that. But I will say this. I think Star Wars would be the better place for Aliens to, like, if you want to have a crossover of something, if you wanted to have a crossover between two universes that should not be in the same room with each other, Star Wars to me would make a better crossover than Marvel. Like, because I'm sorry, there's too many variables.
Alien?
Yeah, and Aliens. That was a question. I'll bring it back up. It was a question from Stomp 10 with their super chat. They asked, would we be interested in a Star Wars and Aliens crossover? Yeah, I think, and the reason why I even say that I would entertain it is because, I mean, yeah, there's Jedi in the world of Star Wars. However, the world itself, while it's a fair sight more high tech than the world that Aliens takes place in, it's also, I think, more on par with the world that Aliens already kind of has. So I think that would work. I would be happier with it. That's just me. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, Nerdlarge says Star Trek and Aliens. That's where I was going with.
Yeah,
not because it would make more sense per se for me, but I think it would make for a more interesting story. Because I think Aliens and Star Trek, Star Wars, I think it would be about defeating the aliens. How do we kill them? Right, and there'll be a big war, and it'll be like right. But then Star Trek as another element. And I think Star Trek would recognize aliens, what do you call them? The xenomorphs. I think they would recognize them as wildlife. They would recognize them as these species that
should they destroy it.
Right. It's like, and I think it would be more about how do we put them somewhere and finding a planet for them. It would be more involved, I think.
I would also say too, if anyone who is a fan of that idea, I actually highly recommend watch the TV series Star Trek Strange New Worlds. There is an episode in the first season where they reimagine the Gorn. Some of you, I don't know, and I'm going to go ahead right now. Some of you may not remember the Gorn from Star Trek, but they were always the goofy-looking reptilian alien men people. That like here. This was the Gorn in the old original TV series. So
scary,
right? This is freaky. I've never seen anything so terrifying in my life. It's oh my god!
I thought it was real,
dude. Like when I saw that shit, I was like, I thought it was time to run, man. I was like, oh shit, it's time to get down. But no, dude, imagine when we were like. Imagine when we were like kids and this was on TV and you saw this shit for the first time. You were just like, oh my God, this is so like unusual. I've never seen anything like this before a day in my life.
Gremlins was literally a horror movie for me.
Oh yeah,
like,
no, 100%.
It fucked me up. Gremlins and Critters fucked me up. Like I always thought something would be under the bed. That shit fucked my. So I wonder how I would feel about this one. This one, I don't know.
So here's the thing. This is okay. So I've shown you that one. Okay, you've seen that Gorn. All right, you've seen that Gorn. That's the Gorn. So there's a new Gorn, and they are not that Gorn. So I want to pull this up because I want to give you a little bit of a before. I'm gonna give you a little bit of an after.
Yeah.
So here is before. Okay. You know, you see that. Like I said, back in the day, we were like,
yeah.
But now, like in today's day and age, we're like,
Oh, man, is this?
So now we have a new one. On Star Trek Strange New Worlds, this is the Gorn, and they operate in a function very similar to xenomorphs. They implant eggs.
Because I'm thinking like
people.
Jurassic Park right there. So I was like, well, maybe if you don't move.
No, they see you. They see you. That motherfucker sees you. That motherfucker. Okay, so without giving away too much, I'll put it this way: Star Trek: Strange New Worlds. When they were doing the when they were doing this episode, bodies were caught. It was like an old episode of Star Trek where so and so went down. Oh man, he ain't coming back. Yeoman Johnson.
Red shirts was there other people besides red shirts dying?
Oh no, there were red shirts getting lit smooth the fuck up. It was red shirts getting lit smooth the fuck. But no, like it. But no, the thing is, even main characters like damn near caught it. Like they didn't catch it, but they damn near caught it. But there were characters that like you were like, oh, this character's probably safe because they're a main character. We see them. No, they're not safe. They're not safe. Just but the thing is, like, what would happen is, and it wouldn't be like they'd implant like one. They would implant like multiples into you. So like once you got, you were done. Like you were toast. And the thing is, they also have a more and this is their primitive state. They actually have a more evolved state where they're probably a little bit closer to those Gorn I showed you earlier because they come back in season 2, and I'm pretty sure we'll see them again in season 3. But
they stand up on 2 feet.
It's like I said, it was rough.
Looks like got a halo.
Yeah, it's wild. So yeah, I'm totally with it. I'm totally with it. By the way. Oh yeah, go ahead. Shoot.
By the way, I saw this in chat earlier. And trust me, when y'all would drop it in chat, I was just as excited, if not more. But we had a guest on that didn't want to be rude.
Oh, what's up?
But Witcher 4.
Oh, got announced.
Witcher 4 dropped a trailer.
Oh shit.
Damn. We can't watch it, but I'm let me tell you, when I talked about, Glenn, remember you said like Witcher 4 was The Witcher 3 wasn't like your favorite game, but
who said?
I thought you said, was it you saying that like Witcher 3 wasn't your favorite game or something?
Oh, I only played the fuck out of it.
Oh, okay. There's somebody, I remember, maybe it was Chris said that it was boring. He tried to get into it, but it was I wasted much of my life. I could have learned 3 languages in the time that I played that damn game. And I am very excited. I put all the trailers in your gamers channel. That is what is up.
That's my man right there. That's my dog. That said. Okay, yeah. I got your message. Okay, cool. Yeah, we can do that. So here's the deal. Let's just talk about Creature Commandos. Also, real quick, I do want to take a look at this super chat we got right here. Aaron Sessions, Nerds of Culture, bring the heat every Thursday. And the moment I saw that Tony was going to be a guest, I canceled my plans today and locked it. Dude, I appreciate you for that.
That's what's
First
up.
off,
I like that.
That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. That's the type of that's the type of stuff that makes me know that we're on the right track here. We're on the right track.
It's so cheesy. I got like a warm look. I'm like,
oh,
that's fucking cool.
I was like, oh man, that's so cute. I like that. Also, I'll just answer. This isn't a super chat, but I'm going to answer it just the same. I saw Count Dooku had asked and said, just curious, why do they think you're the other Mrs. Candace just for that one video? Yes, that's one video. Yeah,
that's a good question. Mm-hmm. If you caught the live last time, I was literally like, because I try, right? Sometimes when people say stuff, I try to see it from the perspective. I'm like, what could they mean? Like, obviously we know they're wrong, but wait, because even when like Republicans, even when like Trump even will lie, I'll have to like go, where is he starting from? You know what I mean? Like what is he twisting? So I tried that. No, they literally are reaching out of their asshole. Like that, and when I say that, I mean that like not being like just they're stupid. No, I cannot, because everything that would make him anti-black would be if he said anything disparaging about Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. But literally the opposite, saying that even if he was right, Martin Luther King and Malcolm X are too good to be represented by Professor X and Magneto.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea, you're a fake nerd, you don't read comics, all of those are things that would make sense to me and be wrong, right? But I'm like, oh, because you don't agree with my comic book opinion, that's what they're starting from. Okay, whatever. I get what they're saying, but obviously they're stupid. This one doesn't even have any logic, because he spoke highly. He said they're too good. What the fuck is anti-black about it? They're just idiots.
They're
just stupid.
It's that and anything else that I said. Like if I ever said, like case in point, I think I did a video not too long ago. Some people it wasn't like as widespread, but there were some people that I did see that kind of gave me some shit for it when I basically spoke about the fact that like I think in one of the recent issues of Avengers there was the possibility that Storm might fight Hyperion, and I said Hyperion would that be a wash? I was like, he'd wash her. And everyone's like, oh, no, it's so anti-black. I was like, no, it's not. I was like, it would be, I was like, Hyperion is literally Superman.
Yeah.
I was like, Storm is powerful, but she can't. I was like, here's the thing. She's powerful, but she can't take a punch from Superman.
He's so powerful that they literally, in this past dealing with him, literally had to treat him literally like Doomsday.
Yeah.
You were never going to beat him.
No.
Nobody was going to beat him. And they were like, this is the end. That's what they said. Actually, they had this whole plan about this metal that could hurt him, that if we put it in his way, they were hoping that he would fly through it. Then that would shred him up. Not, let's get this hero to go fight him.
Right.
Not, let's go get this group of heroes to fight him. Let's hope he flies through this metal that would damage him. And they go, look, let's send him to another dimension. Let's send him to another reality. Okay, but Storm can beat him. Cool.
Here's the thing. I love Storm to death, but I also recognize there are people who can get that ass.
Yeah. I mean, you watch the resurrection of you look at the resurrection of Magneto.
Mm-hmm.
She does not play. Nobody's saying she's Omega level for a reason. No one's saying that she's not fucking crazy powerful. But she's not fucking Doomsday Superman Hyperion powerful. Come on.
Let me tell you something. If Hyperion is like the Marvel Comics equivalent of Superman, and Captain Marvel is quite literally about the same thing. She's actually, Captain Marvel is also another Marvel, like a lot of people like to say Wonder Woman, but that's actually not true. Captain Marvel is like one of the most powerful, heavy hitting beings.
Getting knocked out though.
Nah, not really. I mean,
no.
Like
every
time
I
Miss
see
Marvel, maybe, but like,
oh man, I'm not talking about like the whole history of like, I'm saying like recently, like you'll get people that, you know what I mean? The Brood fucked her up.
I mean, the Brood fuck up everybody.
Yeah,
but the thing is, like,
they wouldn't be able to get Superman. No, I'm playing.
Nah, they'd get his ass. Look, he'd have brood babies in his belly right now. He'd be looking like Kitty Pryde did that one issue of X-Men. But no, the thing is, even Captain Marvel was kind of sitting there like, we might have to fight this motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, ain't nobody trying to fight that motherfucker. Hell.
So did Captain Marvel say, "Don't worry, guys, I got this," and they had to convince her not to, No, she knew she was gonna get worked by him.
Yeah. Like everybody knows. Like here's the thing. There's only two things that hurt Captain Marvel: magic and magic. Actually, I take that back. Magic and alcohol. Those are only two weaknesses that Captain Marvel has: alcoholism and magic. Nothing else.
And maybe a little peen.
Maybe
a little dick.
a little. Look. She also has a soft spot for that woe machine. Not war machine. Woe machine. Woe machine, because woe be to the cheeks. Woe be unto the cheeks.
And all he said was like, "I'm good."
I'm sorry. I know what I said. I know I said we were gonna talk about something, but I'm not gonna lie. Could you imagine dating a superhero like someone that is as powerful as a Captain Marvel or a Wonder Woman, and then having to go back to regular cheeks after that? I would never. Never. That'd be like,
nah. That's wild.
Nah.
I would just be done. Yeah, it would be done for the rest of the, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. Because you know them no regular person's doing Kegels like Captain Marvel, you know what I'm saying?
No, God no. Look, I'm gonna be real with you. I wouldn't be able to do it. I'd just be like, no.
Steve Trevor did it? Wait, did he go?
Tried.
Did he go?
He tried.
Yeah. What happened with that?
Look. You saw what he did. He came right back. That motherfucker came back with his hat in his hand, like, can I please get some more? Of that Wonder Cat? Can I please get some more of that Wonder Cat? That's basically what he said.
Can you imagine? Let me tell you something. And this goes no matter which way this goes. If I was dating somebody who had just come off Hyperion, I'd be like, nah, we're good. I'm not sure. Nah. Can you imagine Steve going the first woman? Who did he try to? Somebody important? She named?
I don't remember her name. That's how important she was.
But if she was a regular degular, can you imagine if you're used to Wonder Woman, like feeling her, like her body, her arms and stuff, like you're like, oh, mushy.
It's like, I need that hard body. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I need that. Look. I need that super cooch.
Danger.
I'm sorry, but I mean, I'm not trying to be out of pocket.
Bro bound rebound guy. Look, here's what happened. Let me tell you. I'm married, so I can only.
Wait, no, I'm sorry.
What happened?
No,
guy looking like
Steve ain't never experienced
a guy looking like Chris Rock in New Jack City.
Look, he said there's
He's like, I love you. I messed up. Yeah, I tell you, no. I wouldn't let myself get into it because I'm a changed person. I'm a better man, right? Mm-hmm. But part of being a good man is to know how to not put yourself in situations that make you toxic, right? Mm-hmm. So, like, if I'm sitting there, you know, and somebody whose ex-boyfriend is Hyperion, I'm like, bro, if I date you, it's just gonna be toxic. Mm-hmm. Because I'm gonna get insecure. I'm gonna have nightmare fuel in my head. I'm gonna turn into an incel, and then you're gonna hate me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so how about this? How about we just stay friends, huh? Mm-hmm. You know, I don't gotta worry about coming after Hyperion. Which, by the way, is if you ever meet a white dude that could never date a girl who's dated a black guy, that's the real reason.
There you go. That's the real reason. That's actually that. That's really what it is.
Don't listen to let me tell you, there's a benefit to being Hispanic, to being a non-black Hispanic. I like to make that clear because I hate it. Anyways, when you're Hispanic, white people like to get really brave because, unfortunately, we know there's a lot of anti-black racist Hispanics. So if they think you're one of them, right? Because my ex-wife, she was white, so they thought I was one of them. You hear some wild shit. And let me tell you something. If those kinds of white dudes have never admitted it to you, please believe that they admit it to themselves, to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have absolutely heard them talk about like, no, I'm not fucking trying to be compared to some giant dick black dude. I'm like, okay, all right, weirdo. So it's always penis envy,
always, every time, every time.
Anyways,
every time. I guess
100% of the time.
No, 100%. I'll say this much. You know what? I don't know if we really should do this because I mean, you know what?
What's up?
Do we have time? I don't think we have time, do we?
I mean, it wasn't. Did you have a lot to say about it?
I thought it was fun.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I watched it. And you know what made me want to watch it?
What was that?
When you said Cersei couldn't.
Oh,
I was like,
yeah.
I was like, oh.
Yeah,
okay,
I'm not letting her watch that.
And I saw. I think that you would have had to have her close her eyes like a couple times, but it was fun. You know what I mean? Maybe I don't know language. I guess.
I don't care about. It was like I don't know. It's such a weird thing. It's so American of me. And here's the weird part.
They didn't show any dicks.
No, well, okay, I'll tell you what.
And the bathroom scene is so inconsequential, you can just fast forward it.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I didn't want to. It was one of those things like watching it for the first time.
I didn't want to miss it.
Well, no. The thing is, watching something for the first time, I don't want to have to be like, let me figure. We're figuring this out, in media res. But no, it's really weird. Like, it's not even. The funny part is, it's not even the fact that there is sex, because that's not really a deal breaker. Because we've watched stuff with sex in it that,
sure,
Cersei's literally been right there in the room. And like, she knows, I mean, she doesn't know like the full gory details, but she is aware of what makes two genders different and how babies are made. She's aware of that. Right. But like, I didn't want her to see it in that way. And then be like, because formative years, didn't want to paint a weird picture for her.
Sure. Yeah, like angry, weird sex that the guy doesn't really want. No, that's fair.
Right,
It's not the sex; it's the situation around
sexual
it.
Assault.
Like
sexual assault. Like, you mean no
almost
spelled Y-E-S. I mean, to be fair, he consented, but it was on some, like, I'm not gonna lie, it was on some sex pest shit. It was on some sex pest shit, because it was like...
Here's what I said.
Yeah.
I said this about Channel 5 News dude. I said this, and this is a hot take, and this was something to where even my wife texted me. She's like, careful. I'm like, look, man, they know I don't lie to them. They know I'll never lie to them. If I get canceled, I get canceled. Mm-hmm. I said, so the Channel 5 dude news, he was like a comedy YouTuber, for those that don't know him, and it came out that quite a few different women outed him as a sex pest. And the way he was a sex pest was that he apparently would like beg. Like he'd show up at their house, and, can I spend the night? Yeah, and they'd just be, please. Some woman threw him out. Some woman said, okay. Some woman actually said, like, I didn't really know him that well, and I was afraid, so I wanted him to leave, so I let him do it to leave. Like, all those situations are absolutely sexual assault, right? So that's not the hot take. The hot take is that being a sex pest in and of itself, no. That's gonna be misconstrued. There's a chance that you beg, and then you come to a consent, and then it's not sexual assault, right? But it's you rolling the dice that you're not victimizing somebody right now. Because you don't know.
Like,
you know
even
what I mean?
after the fact, like, you might find out later that maybe that person quite literally only did it because they thought it was the only way to get you the fuck out of there without... And not just that, but also... without suffering bodily harm. Like, that's, I think, the part that I think is, after the fact, but
right,
you might have hurt them. Or that person might have hurt them if they do not give that person what they are begging over.
Yeah. I say, yeah. I wasn't tracking
like,
at first. Yes, 100%. And the example I give to the contrary would be, imagine your partner, right? Whether you're married or whatever, imagine your partner. And I think I like this. Maybe we've all been in this situation, and one of you is not in the mood, but then the other partner, right? Sometimes, for example, in my marriage, sometimes it's me, sometimes it's my wife, and it's like, come on, you know what I mean? Like, and then it's like, all right, get over here, you fucking horn dog. You know what I mean? That's not sexual assault, but I did beg, But when my wife says, I'm tired, I gotta wake up in the morning, I'm not gonna keep doing it. And that's my thing is and this is all based off the bathroom scene. Clearly she didn't give a fuck.
No.
But you can tell by the subtext and the fact that he's like, oh, I was trying, but let's go. Like I was trying to be a good dude.
Different. Yeah,
so that's consent, but that's an idea of like, she didn't know that.
Well, it was a no that eventually turned into a yes, but I mean, but it was how many, it was just how many times that it took to get to the yes. Yeah, like because it wasn't like, oh, she asked a couple of times. It was like she kept pushing. Like she kept pushing.
That's
eventually,
right. On multiple occasions.
On multiple occasions. So that's the part and once again, I don't think it was being played as though it was something to be okay either, but like that was one of those things I was like, yeah, I don't really want Cersei seeing this part of it.
No, that's smart.
But
but my dumb ass would have been like, oh, it's just like, I'm like, oh, I didn't think about all the extra shit.
Yeah. No, but I liked the show. I thought it was good. I thought honestly so far in all of it, I think the bride's probably my favorite character thus far out of everybody in the group. But I think that's also because I have a personal bias. I have a personal bias in that because the actress, the actress who plays the bride is a particular favorite of mine. So that is where that comes from. I think her name is Indra Varma? I think it's her name. Might be Indira Varma. That's her name. But Indira Varma, she plays the bride. She's great. I love her to death. She's fantastic. She can do no wrong. And she can step on me anytime that she likes. Varma. Varma, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know her. Where do I know her from? She was somebody's wife recently. She was in Game of Thrones.
She's
one of the
sisters.
The sisters.
She was
in
Luther. I think she was in Luther as well, if I remember correctly. Either way, still putting that out there. Anyway, but no, I love her.
Mine is the fish chick so far.
Yeah, I mean, she's
so far.
Okay, all right. I can dig it.
Yeah.
I dig it. I also like the fact that Frankenstein isn't played up as being like an actual like decent person. He's played up as being a man-child who has some very like limited but problematic views. Not necessarily.
Which I'm surprised I haven't seen the incels get mad at this.
That's because they're not watching.
They should be able to fucking see themselves in him.
Look, hey, I mean, to be fair, it's because they're not watching it. They're not watching this. That's the thing. They're not watching this, and this is how you know that they're not principled. They're not serious. It is all for the clicks. This show is woke. Right. I mean, yeah, it's got blood and guts and gore and violence and cursing and all that other stuff, but it is really, it's woke. Like I mean, I mean, look,
it's woke.
I mean, I'm just putting that out there. It's woke. It's hella woke. It's hella woke. And I'm here for it. I think that I think this is this is an okay thing for me. I'm perfectly fine with this. But
there you go.
Yeah, was a GI Robot. Awesome. I like GI Robot a lot. He's kind of a one note character, but I think that's by design. Usually by
design, right? Same thing with the rat dude. Yeah.
Yeah. Weasel. Yeah. Well, because I mean, here's the thing. And Joe Casey put me on game about this. When you have an ensemble cast like this, when you have more than 5 characters, you're going to have characters that are going to fall off by the wayside. So, like, in order to combat that, you just, I think that's how you fight it. You have those 2 characters be characters that aren't really important to the overall grand scheme of things.
Right.
Weasel
and they're
is not
one-dimensional because they can just fill space.
Yeah, they can fill space, and you let those 5 characters actually like carry the weight. But yeah, it is. I think it's cool. I think it's great. I also like Rick Flag Sr. a lot. I think he's actually.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure I was going to like him as much because I actually was quite fond of Rick Flag Jr. Joel, not so much in the first Suicide Squad movie. I liked him in the Suicide Squad movie, the good one, because well, it was because he actually got to play the character that he signed on to play, and I thought that, and because he didn't, really, I mean, he had an arc, but I mean, it wasn't much of one. And I also really like Frank Grillo, so Frank Grillo's fantastic. He's a guy who I always wished they would have gotten to play Punisher in the MCU, even though I love John Bernthal, but like Frank Grillo, I was like, dude, he had it. He had it. He literally played Punisher in The Purge Anarchy. Like that was literally his character in that movie. He was the Punisher.
You say Frank Grillo?
Grillo, yeah. He was he plays Crossbones in the MCU, but yeah, Frank Grillo.
That's a Punisher right there.
Yeah, dude. Like I said, if you watch The Purge Anarchy, the character he plays, he all but has a skull on his chest. I promise you cannot convince me otherwise that movie was not originally a Punisher script. Yeah. And they just said, oh, well, Marvel don't want to go with this. So, hey, look, we'll just turn this into a Purge sequel because they've done that with... Yeah. They did that with... Hell, Saw 2 is not even an original Saw script. It was supposed to be another movie altogether, and they retooled it because they needed a Saw sequel out to strike while the iron was hot. I promise you that's probably what happened. With Purge Anarchy.
Speaking of Saw, is anybody else still holding their breath for a Spiral sequel? Because I want one.
Actually,
I love Spiral.
I liked Spiral because it shit on bad cops.
Yeah.
But the thing is, how propaganda is. Some people don't like anti-propaganda. Some people love that thin blue line. I liked Spiral, but when Saw 10 or Saw X, whatever the fuck, came out, I was like, yeah, we're not getting another Spiral.
You're right.
Yeah,
no, you're right.
I was like, we're not. Well,
one of the characters in Spiral died, right?
Yeah, pretty much almost everybody except for
Chris Rock.
I think the main character. I think the main character is the only one that actually came out of that one like okay. But the thing is,
it was like his dad or something. I thought there was something connected to Spiral. Yeah.
But the thing with Saw X is that like it did so well that it's like you're never gonna get that story told again. Like I thought it was great. I thought it was if there was any one thing I didn't like about it, I thought that the plot twist was a little stupid. I'm not gonna lie. Plot twist. Yeah. It was kind of dumb. It was. I was like, okay. I was like, I guess.
What remind me?
So basically what they did was it was his partner.
Yeah.
But they do this thing where like they go out of their way to try and make it seem like his partner's a victim. And I was like, this is.
So it's less of like for me, it's less about like thinking that movie was dope and more about wanting to see what happened next. Like what is the follow-on? Yeah.
Well, no. And that's the thing. I thought it was. I actually did like it. I liked it a lot. I actually thought it was better than a lot of the more recent. Like I think Saw works best when it's woke, because like a lot of people hate Saw 6, but I fucking love it.
Yeah.
Because that shit is. Hold on, wait.
It's woke.
It is woke as fuck. Like,
which is the one the one where he betrays his assistant. Well, the assistant shows she can't be trusted and then ends up dying because she kills the one girl who could save her.
That's 3.
Okay.
Yeah, Saw 3.
That plot twist right there. That one was like that one did it for me. I locked me in.
Oh no. I actually okay. I'll put you like this: Saw 1, 2, 3, 4. I think are fantastic. Saw 5, I think, has a good message, but overall, and I think it has a great ending, but I do not like the movie as a whole. Saw 6, I think, is a return to form, and I think it's actually one of the better movies in the franchise. Saw 7, ass. Jigsaw, Like, I don't think Jigsaw's bad. It's just like, I was like, okay, this is cool, I guess. But I mean, you know, y'all could have just made this something else. And, you know, Spiral, I was like, dude, okay, this is different. And Saw X, I was like, this is a return to form.
Yeah.
And I like it a lot. I feel like we're going to learn the wrong lessons, though. That's basically where I was at. But no, 6 was about the healthcare industry, and honestly, considering everything going on right now, I think that Saw 6 is more relevant now than it ever has been.
Ahead of its time.
It was ahead of its time because it was literally Jigsaw taking the entire fucking insurance company who fucked him on the cancer treatment shit, and him putting them motherfuckers to task.
That's right.
It
and
was
against each
so
other too.
Good.
They had to decide.
Yes.
Oh, great.
Dude, I'm gonna tell y'all right now.
Great.
Go watch Saw. I'm gonna tell you right now. If you are a person who didn't like Saw 6, like you're like, oh, this is stupid. If you hated Saw 6, go back and watch it now in a post Luigi Mangione world, and I promise you, you will have a different opinion. I promise you, you will have a different opinion of it. But yeah. 6
Pizza.
You got pizza. I got
right
some.
now.
Yeah, I got some pizza sitting in the kitchen right now. It's about to get fucked up. I tell you what, this is what we're gonna do. We're actually gonna skip questions tonight. We're gonna skip questions tonight. We're gonna save them for next week. I think that is because actually I'm really hungry. My stomach has also just kind of been weird all day, and I think I just really need to listen to it and feel and feed it when it asks to be fed. And I actually want to take some time to spend a moment with my little girl. She didn't have the greatest day today, so I'm gonna go be a dad for a little bit. Also, we got work to do, man. We got work to do. So here's what's gonna happen: is we're gonna come back next week. We're gonna talk about all the stuff from the Game Awards, because I'm pretty sure there's going to be more stuff that comes out after the fact, and we can just knock it all out in one shot. And I think
that's where everybody's at.
Yes. Well, and I like honestly. The
indie rec.
I never. Oh, you know what? I'll tell you what. That's what we can sign out on. I never downloaded it, but I can do it right now. It's not going to take but like a handful of seconds. Let's see here.
Hey, so I'm gonna start putting out some videos. I'm gonna record some tonight. So if y'all don't follow me on one of the socials, whether it's TikTok or YouTube or whatever, and you're interested about what's going on with the shooter, I'm gonna do a deep dive, probably multi-part on TikTok or something like that, and I'll start putting out videos about that.
My man,
been writing out an outline and stuff now, so that'll be my return back to the left face stuff.
My man. Look, see, all it took was a CEO getting clapped.
Yeah, like it's something to stir me again.
He's like, oh wait. Man, did I put it in here? I don't know if I put it in here. Nah, I didn't put it in here. I didn't put it in here. Because you know what? It's in the No. It's in. So here's the funny part. It's actually in the it's in the Blur Cave one, because that's usually the first one I put shit in, but nah, I was like, yeah, he's back. He's back. He's back. Well, I think he's back. But no, but yeah, let's see here. We have got our indie rec, and that's what we're gonna go out on. We're gonna go out on the indie rec. This is the Elite X1 indie recommendation of the week. Also, way better than the Jeff Keighley award ceremony, because it's not full of shit and picks arbitrary and oftentimes paid for winners. Oh, I said it. I said the thing. I'm canceled now. Okay, let's do it. Oh, wait, hold up. Yeah, let me do this actually. Here, I'm gonna run this back, because you know what? I didn't have the audio set when I did it. So we're gonna run it back just for a sec. Let's see here. Let me see if it'll actually do. Actually, no. Hold up. Actually, here, real quick. I realized there's something I forgot to do. So here, let's do this while you're gonna get a little bit of the sausage being made live. Oh, that's where it is. I figured out where it is. Here, let's do it like this. I forgot that I have multiple video outputs. This is what happens when you... There we go. Okay. We can do business now. Okay. Oh, maybe not. Shit. I keep fucking up. Goddamn.
Luigi Maggiano, Luigi Marinaro.
Fixed it.
He's a hero.
There we go. Oh, wait.
This week's indie game recommendation. This week's game is the highly praised Tactical Breach Wizards by Suspicious Developments, Inc. Tactical Breach Wizards may just be one of the surprise hits of 2024. While it tells a story that surely played for laughs, it's still very thoroughly good. Add the well thought out strategy gameplay and it becomes a full package that must be experienced. Set in a world where special force operatives are also magic users, the game quickly sets up the protagonists and antagonists and their past connections. After that introduction and setup, we're led into the game's current day story about a war veteran who's trying to stop his former partner from setting the world on fire with her squad of black op magicians. The writing, as great as it is, would be nothing without the great combat mechanics at play here. Combat scenarios and Tactical Breach Wizards take on a strategy and puzzle approach that are reminiscent of XCOM 2, but much less annoying or broken. Each operative in their squad has a class and specialty that can be comboed in many ways with other teammates. There are certain ways to set up enemies for maximum damage or take them out instantly. The freelance Storm Witch Jen is more partial to blowing enemies out of windows. She can also chain lightning through multiple enemies. There's also a Riot Priest with a sensor and Riot Shield, as well as a Necromantic and a Druid Hitman to squad with. These operative skills can also be leveled up in various ways, from additional damage to more pushback depending on your strategy. Every bite-sized level you enter is full of obstacles, items, and windows to help take out enemies. It truly leaves it up to the player to experiment, even including a rewind button to assist in that. Tactical Breach Wizards is a game that deserves every accolade that it has been given in 2024. The writing is very interesting, features an engaging plot, and showcases charming and charismatic characters. The turn-based tactical gameplay is satisfying and doesn't feel as punishing as other games like XCOM. And let's keep it 100. The idea of some soldiers having magical abilities is original as all hell. If someone were to take this IP and turn it into an animated series, I would damn sure be watching it. Tactical Breach Wizards is out now on Steam.
Love to see it. But yeah, it actually kind of reminds me a little bit of did you ever play any, I don't know if you played this, it was the Shadowrun games, like Shadowrun Dragonfall or so on and so forth. Okay. Yeah, that's the look and vibe of, that's what it kind of reminds me of. But yeah, I'm into it. I'm definitely into it. Y'all should check it out.
It looks like the kind of game that would make me like break a mouse or something though.
I can see that.
I can see that game getting hard as fuck. Like, oh, fuck that shit.
It's a game.
You need this game.
It's a game I would actually like to see on I don't know if it's on Nintendo Switch. I would love to see it like on Switch or I guess technically I could play it on my little Ioneo too. I could probably play it on that if I really wanted to. That wouldn't be a bad idea, I don't think. I don't think so. Right, yeah, I did.
No, that's actually a good idea. Yeah, the Steam Deck or something, the thing you have.
Yeah. Well, that will probably be a thing. We'll probably make that a thing. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. Right now I am locked deep into Power Rangers, Rita's Rewind, which is really good. It's frustrating in some spots, but
a game?
Yeah, it's a game. Yeah, I don't know if you would like it, but it's like it's a side scroller beat 'em up. and it's in the vein of like Streets of Rage 2, and did you? I don't know if you played the Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, like stuff like that. Yeah, it's basically just like that, but like Power Rangers. The only negative thing I'll say about it, there is a tutorial they make you go through for the Megazord. I do not like that tutorial because it is punishing. I don't know, maybe I'm just an idiot, but I felt like it was punishing as fuck.
Oh, it looks exactly like one of the Ninja Turtle games. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if it's made by the same studio, but I feel like it's not far from.
You can tell what it's been inspired by. Yeah.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
All right. But that said, do we have anything else that we want to?
If we're gonna save the question for next week, I know Kodama got something in there, but we can
save for next week. Let's save everything for next week because I'm hungry. I'm there. I think I'm there. I'm in that right perfect zone where like soon I'll be ornery.
Well,
let's
play your birthday gift with you.
What's that? Get Robot? Oh, hey, yeah. I mean, he might.
What is that?
He might. So the other day, well, you know, obviously my birthday, but Elite hooked me up with Immortal Hunters. Yeah. Honestly, I don't make a very big deal out of it. So like, yeah, it's a. I didn't really tell. Like, I think I mentioned it in passing.
I know why I forgot. Because you're not on Facebook anymore.
That's right.
Facebook tells me when birthdays are.
See, I was the same way. I'm the same way. There's a lot of motherfuckers since I got banned from Facebook. There's a lot of folks who have not gotten a happy birthday from me. It's because I'm like, yeah, Facebook was actually helping me out with that pimp. So now I got to put them all in the phone, but because I didn't have to put them in the phone because they were already in my phone because of Facebook. But I didn't make a huge stink out of it. I think I mentioned it in passing like once on the Blerd Cave, and then like I think I said something like in passing in Discord, and it was I think in response to something someone else said to me that I happened to remember. But yeah, I bought myself Power Rangers, and Elite hooked me up with Immortal Hunters. It was on my wish list, but yeah, I don't know. You might like it. I think
I'm looking at images. It looks like something I would like. It looks like a new like Beast Hunter kind of. What's that, Beastmaster?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I can see that. Yeah. It's like I haven't gotten to mess with it as much just yet, but I'm probably gonna mess around with it some this weekend since I'll have a little bit of extra time. But yeah, Darkest Dungeon.
If you're not playing Marvel Rivals.
Yeah, Marvel Rivals got
that bug, but
yeah, that game has its fucking hooks in me, and I'm kind of mad about it. Not gonna lie. I was like, man. Actually, the only reason I'm mad is because I like Marvel Rivals, but I also recognize that I'm not nice with it. On Marvel Rivals. So like it's one of those games where like I enjoy what I'm doing, but I also recognize that I am it's
gonna take work. It's gonna take work to get up there, and it's
because like even Overwatch, it took me a long I was never like super nice at Overwatch, but it took me a long time to like actually get into the mindset of how to play the characters I was playing, which characters were what, and how I was supposed to be playing them. And like once I figured that out, I was like, okay, cool. I think what I'll just need to do, I'll just need to watch a video. I'll need to like just be like, hey, let me look at this video, because actually it literally happened today. That cloak and dagger move that I always accidentally like hit the wrong button for whenever I switch back to cloak. I was like, I finally found the purpose for it. Like the best time to use it. Because I was watching this thing and someone had like Iron Man and they were getting ready to do like the ult with Iron Man, and right as it was about to hit, the person switched to cloak and then used the move, and no one got hit by the ult.
Oh, You gotta time that well.
Yeah,
okay.
it takes timing, so you got to be nice with it. But like, yeah, but I think we've been finding our characters. I know I've been really fond of Cloak and Dagger. You've been fond of Cloak and Dagger. I'm really fond of Scarlet Witch. I think you found
Hawkeye. Yeah,
you found your place with Hawkeye. Like I think like we have found, I think in each category, I think we have found the characters that we like to play. Like I think when it comes to support, I like a lot of different characters. Like I think Loki's cool. I think Cloak and Dagger's cool. I think Rocket's cool. I haven't really messed with Luna Snow yet on that regard. But like in terms of like damage dealers, Wanda Maximoff is where it's at for me. Like Scarlet Witch all day, every day. When it comes to like
Cypher, it's the Iron Fist dude.
Yeah, he likes Iron Fist. For like when it comes to like Vanguard, like tank shit, I don't think I found a place yet. I really don't like any. I mean, like outside of Doctor Strange.
Mine is the Penny Parker for sure.
Yeah. You found your place with Penny Parker. I think for me, I still like. I like Doctor Strange, but he's not like a perfect fit for me. Like I still gotta, and I want to love Magneto, but I can't get jiggy with Magneto. I just can't do it. I don't know what it is. But anyway.
Yeah.
But that, yeah. Anyway, moving on. I think, this is actually a good point to let it go. I'll just say one more time. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow, 2 p.m. I'm going to say my time zone because it's just easier for me. 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's already posted, scheduled. If you go to my channel, the main page of my channel, it should actually be on the front, like already like posted up. Just hit the remind me button. Just in case. But yeah, I'll be talking with Joseph P. Illage, and we'll be talking about Shadow Cabinet. We'll be talking about his upcoming Spawn spinoff, Bloodletter. We'll be talking about the Harriet Tubman Conductor on the Underground Railroad graphic novel, and probably a bunch of other random and sundry-ish. I'm going to be asking this guy a lot of questions. You'll get to ask him some questions as well. And I think that's it. Robo, do you have anything else?
No, just follow me if you want to know more about the shooter.
Links in the description below. All of Robo's stuff and or things. You should totally go do that. And yeah, that's it. Anyway, for everyone in the chat, all my chatters, lurkers, super chatters, all our people in Blerd Koa, all of our people in the left field, the our patrons, the channel members, Earth's Mighty subscribers, Earth's Mighty patrons, all that good shit. Blerd Club. Let's see what else we got. And even though technically, and I might be actually, let me double check real quick before I actually say that so declaratively. Well, we didn't get any Streamlabbers today, but hey, for our future Streamlabbers, for Left Face, Robo of Left Face TV, I'm the Blur Without Fear, and I hadn't said this in a while. Tyrone Magnus, you can go to hell.